Hibs playing well, but they could do with a goal. Henderson takes it. Stokes trying to help it on. McGregor will retrieve this. Morris gave it away. 5-8. And it's a penalty. It's handball against Donaldson.
Well, Donaldson is absolutely convinced that his hand certainly came out. You can see the position of John Beaton. This cross comes in. Such a difficult one to look at, especially from John Beaton's position. Yeah, his arm is out there. I think it hits him on the elbow, almost the joint. It's a really good spot from John Beaton. What a chance for Hibs to take a lead.
Jason Cummings scored a penalty in the week against Falkirk. This is one big kick. It is Jason Cummings. Oh, he's tried to be far too cute and clever. Not the stage to do something like that.
Well, if you're going to do this, you better make sure it hits the back of the net. Otherwise, you look, as Jason Cummings does here, cocky, arrogant, and really foolish. What a chance for Hibs to get to a cup final. And he makes himself look so foolish doing that.
Dear me, Jason, you just don't do that in a semi-final.
0-0 after extra time. It's penalties time. Michael O'Neill and Neil McCann join me. Michael, if you were the Hibernian manager, would you allow Jason Cummings to take a penalty?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think I'd tell him not to do what he did in the first half, obviously, but I think, you know, at this time it's up to the players in terms of who wants to take one. The fella on screens had a great 90 minutes or 120 minutes, so he could well be the hero today.
A moment ago, Mixu Paatelainen yelled at his players, pick a side and don't change your mind. Good advice then for the outfield players. How will the two goalkeepers do? Let's rejoin our commentators. It's Andy Walker and Ian Crocker.
Conrad Logan has already made a vital contribution to the cause for Hibs, and he'll be facing the first penalty. Blair Spittal will be first up in the shootout. The stakes are high, the pressure is on. A place in the Scottish Cup final is waiting. The first man to be put on the spot is Blair Spittal. And Logan makes yet another incredible save. Could he be the Hibs hero?
Well, I've seen Blair Spittal score some wonderful free kicks from outside the box this season. But it's an easy read for Logan, and yet again, he's the man to defy Dundee United.
It's John McGinn to step up first for Hibs with the pressure already on. McGinn! That was emphatic, and Hibs already have the edge in the shootout.
Handled the pressure well. He's now given his team an advantage, McGinn. Mckay, extra pressure on his shoulders now.
Scored a few pens this season. It's Billy Mckay, and Logan has done it again. This is absolutely astonishing. He has saved both penalties.
What a story. Conrad Logan. He dives to his left the first time, is right this time. Got to say, both penalties haven't been anywhere near the post. The accuracy's been poor, but Logan's read it right both times.
It's Paul Hanlon, Hibs through and through, and it's into the bottom corner. 2 out of 2 for Hibs. The final looks like it's beckoning already.
Well, they surely can't Hibs it now. 2-0 up in the shootout. That is drilled low, right into the side netting. Great penalty.
Paul Dixon now. Dixon does score, and that was a terrific penalty to keep Dundee United alive.
Yeah, sweet left foot, trying to get the supporters behind him.
Martin Boyle takes the long walk now for Hibs. Can they make it 3 out of 3 in the shootout? Big moment. Big penalty. Brilliant from Martin Boyle.
They have handled the pressure really well, these Hibs players. That one goes high. He guesses the right way. Kawashima, but Boyle, relief and delight in the same measure.
What huge pressure here on Guy Demel to keep Dundee United in with a shout. It's the battle of the big men. Demel scores. They're hanging in.
Wow, it's Cummings now.
Well, it had to be, didn't it, to win the shootout. Well, he's not short on confidence. He can appreciate the irony of this. It's likely to be a very different penalty to the one we saw in the first half. One mighty kick. Can Jason Cummings make amends? He can! Hibs have done it! Hibs have won it! And Jason Cummings, who missed a penalty in the first half, has the last laugh. They're through to the Scottish Cup final, but Conrad Logan on his debut produced a heroic performance with a string of saves, and he starred in the shootout as well. Hibs haven't won the Scottish Cup since 1902. They've lost their last 10 finals, but they're going back for another crack. They'll walk out here again next month to play Rangers or Celtic in the 2016 Scottish Cup final. One day, Hibs, one day, surely.
Well, they've got a chance, and they've got a chance thanks to Conrad Logan. His saves kept his team in it. And credit to Jason Cummings, that awful penalty miss in the first half. He took extra responsibility. It was a big call from him and his manager to let him take it. And he sent his team into the final. But there's the real hero this afternoon, Conrad Logan.
Conrad Logan's last game was for Rochdale in December 2014. Signed last month after Alan Stubbs realised Mark Oxley would be suspended for this semi-final. And he proved to be some barrier to Dundee United's hopes and dreams today. Well, there's never a dull moment when you're a Hibs fan, it seems. They've been on a wretched recent run. But that's kind of been forgotten now, because Alan Stubbs, who guided them to the League Cup final, has now taken them to the Scottish Cup final. One day, they're surely going to win the Scottish Cup, but they will have to contend with either Rangers or Celtic here in 35 days' time. Jason Cummings distraught after that penalty miss. It was the wrong day to try a penalty like that. But football, eh? Conrad Logan, no wonder he's smiling. And the Hibs fans will be back for another cup final. No goals in the 90, no goals in extra time. Penalties kind of seemed inevitable. Conrad Logan did his bit, and Jason Cummings had the final kick. It's been a long afternoon, but Hibs have got what they wanted here, a place in the Scottish Cup final. And Sunshine on Leaf transfers to Glasgow. An extraordinary end to this Scottish Cup semi-final.
Still a lot to play for, of course, Ian. That's the second cup final they've reached this season. Who knows? Maybe promotion is in the bargain as well. They're up against Falkirk, Wraith Rovers. Certainly got a chance of making a memorable season.
Jason Cummings just had to take that penalty, didn't he? It just had to happen after what occurred in the first half. Hibs are getting quite used to this arena. They'll be back here on the 21st of May after a 4-2 win on penalties. It could still be some season for them. The old firm await in the final. It's Hibs who are all smiles. The end of a long, long afternoon. It is Hibs who progress to the 2016 Scottish Cup final.
Congratulations to Hibernian FC and to their supporters. Congratulations to Hibernian FC and their supporters. What a fabulous climax to the semi-final. Neil McCann and Michael O'Neill are here. Well, did we have a story there? In goals for Hibernian. What an extraordinary tale.
Yeah, it is extraordinary when you think that, you know, the lad, he hasn't played for 15 months. He probably thought, you know, he's scratching around trying to get a living or trying to get a career out of the game. And, you know, we looked at him warming up, we had our doubts, and yet, you know, how he played through the game, the entire 120 minutes, he never made a bad decision, put a foot wrong, and then makes two massive saves in the penalty shootout as well. So some things are written and meant to happen, and I think that was the case today.
Well, his last competitive appearance was for Rochdale in a 2-2 draw with Notts County, and he only lasted 5 minutes. He made it all the way today.
He was immaculate. I have to say, he was absolutely immaculate. And the things, like the penalty saves, we just knew it. We were sitting in the studio and we said, the big man's going to be the hero, because his game in the actual match itself was spot on. He was organising, he was making big saves. But he just knew that big presence in the goal. Must have been horrible to take a penalty. You feel sorry for the guys that missed it, but you always felt Hibs would come out on top. I think they deserve it. I think they're a better side overall. But that man was immense. Bartley was absolutely top drawer as well for me for Hibs. Big performance. So was Gray, Stevenson, McGregor. They all played their part. And yet again, these Hibs fans are going to have to come back to Hampden.
Great, guys. Thank you very much indeed for your company this afternoon. Neil, Michael, it's been great having you in. So Hibernian will attempt to become the first team from out with the top division to win the Scottish Cup. Since when? 1938 and East Fife. There's an old firm game tomorrow. It's exclusively live on Sky Sports. Join us at the earlier time of 11 o'clock for that. But today is very much Hibs Day. Bye for now.
Enjoy Sky Sports Live. On all screens, on the go, and the best bits on demand.